Discovered by the Germans in 1904, they named it San Diego, which of course in German means a whale's vagina. Today it's called the Nice Guys on Business. 3 days a week, they're able to hold it together. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. Adults need not apply. No interviews, lots of ranting, and they sometimes stumble onto something useful. Go figure. Now it's time for Nice Guys Fuckery with the kings of fuckery themselves, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
Well, there you have it.
You've got a meeting in Walmart in 35 minutes.
You know, as soon as you hit record, your microphone got all crapped out. I wonder what happened there. It got like all overdrive. Now it's good. Maybe when you were talking directly into it, it sounded like it was driving the microphone too hard.
But it sounds okay right now.
Yeah.
I do drive pretty hard.
I've heard that about you.
I can't drive 55,
So Michael Neely has been spending the last couple of days with us, and I've had a chance to go for several rides in his Tesla. He's got the Y.
Oh, yeah. What do you think of it?
So it's got this, and I'm sure yours probably has the same thing, but it's got these features where you can play like ice cream music outside and stuff. Does yours have like
outside?
Yeah, like it has a whole light. You can do a light show. Can you do a light show on yours?
No, mine doesn't have the light show.
I mean, was that extra, or was that a feature of the Y?
That was a feature. Well, is the Y like the big expensive SUV one or the small?
The Y is the small SUV. It looks like the X, but it's smaller.
Got it. The X is the really big one. I've seen that light show on the X, but I didn't realize that they have it on the Y also. So,
and you're sure that yours doesn't have the light show?
No, it might, like an outside light show thing.
Yeah, like so.
Doors and shit.
So when he can, there's a bunch of things that he can do. I think you can do this too. He can watch Netflix, not as he's driving, but he can watch that from like the.
Yeah, I got that.
From charging it up. But he's got this feature that he can turn it on and off. It's like a digital toggle, and it could turn the horn off and replace the horn with a fart noise or he did one like a Latin disco.
But it does that internally or externally?
Externally.
Oh, wow. I mean, maybe mine has that now. I don't know. It's a great thing. They're updating the software all the time. I remember one time I did a software update and it said, hey, we've done a software update. And by the way, we've increased your horsepower by about 5%. Wow. And I'm like, it's pretty fucking cool. With most cars, you get less and less and less horsepower as you go along. In mine, I get more. I
never understand like firmware updates. It's like the drone. I'm going to compare my drone to your Tesla. Mm-hmm. My drone has a firmware update that will allow it to go 300 feet higher. Now I'm like, is that just like a digital switch that gets thrown? Does it somehow mechanically alter anything that's in your Tesla or my drone in order to make that happen?
Well, what's interesting? No, I wonder what the real difference between a software update and a firmware update is. Because it used to be firmware was, yes, it's updating the opposites, but you need to put something physical or something like that. I don't know.
So you may not realize this, or you may realize this. 7 years ago, this week, we introduced Nice Guys Finish First to the Nice Guys on Business podcast.
Nice Guys Finish First.
So Nice Guys Finish First was my book.
Oh, it's when your book came out.
That's the whole reason we have this podcast.
The whole reason we did it.
What the hell were we thinking? I mean, really, what were we thinking? Here's a guy that calls you and says, can you help me with the technical side of the podcast? And you're like, sure, but I don't know what a podcast is. I have no idea how to do this, to actually where we are today, which pretty much is not much further. As a matter of fact, we've taken many steps backwards, I believe, in the evolutionary cycle.
I'm hoping this show is twice as good as our last one last week. So.
I think it will be. I think eventually it will be. I think that if we multiply this show over, double it every day for a course of 31 days, we will have 1 billion betters.
But it will only be better if we make sure that I say, welcome back, welcome back. My name is Strickland Bonner. On the other side of the microphone, Mr. Doug Sandler.
Hey, and of course, those 2 words that we like to utter almost every episode that we can are?
We're sorry.
We are very sorry. Very sorry indeed. We will never play music. It's not going to get there because I think we'll be booted off of YouTube if we actually play music.
We haven't played Girl from Ipanema in a long time.
You know, we really haven't. We really haven't done much in the way of structure. We have done a couple of things that have been out of tradition. One, we've played voicemail from Jared theme music, and then all of the voicemails from Jared. We do every once in a while mention that we are sorry, and we do, of course, introduce ourselves, which are very important things, that important components. I think today we actually have a couple of voicemails. I don't even know if you've gotten in there and checked it out.
Jared, but I want to hear what else you think of the Tesla, other than the bells and whistles of the silly shit that it can do.
Well, he's got some cool things that I think that he did on his own. First thing, he put in the graphite looking like interior where they give you a wrap almost.
Oh, okay.
And so he's done a bunch of those little touches, which makes the car look pretty cool. He's also looking at a wrap for the car itself.
Now, I love the wraps. They look really cool. They actually protect the finish really well. But a good one is like $3 or $4 grand.
Yeah, like, I think that's what I think. It's $4,000.
It's just not that worth it to me.
Well, and the one that he's actually looking to get is the he's a podcaster, so he's getting the Something to Whine About podcast emblem put on the side of the car, which is great. But that he asked me earlier for my permission to put his name on my car. I'm like, why the hell would you want my name on your car? I give you permission. Yes, you are welcome to put my name on your car. And I think it is a really ultra cool wrap. I mean, it's like a triangular angled down wrap that makes the car actually, even sitting still, look like it's in motion. So it is pretty cool. And the logo that he created for the Something to Whine About podcast is also ultra cool, but it doesn't. I don't know that I'd want my podcast. I love my podcast, but I don't think I'd put I wouldn't put the Nice Guys on Business on my car.
Well, Doug, here, I'm going to make you an offer here.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
How about do the Nice Guys on Business and or TurnKey podcast, would they like to advertise? Because I have offering advertising, mobile advertising on the side of my car for only a $4,000 startup fee and $1,000 a month.
Wow. Now that you put it that way. So would you be able to, if TurnKey, here's where you can spend a couple of your dollars, Strickland. If TurnKey would be willing to invest in the mobile advertising for your car, would TurnKey be able to write off the car? We'd pay you. You'd have to claim it as income, but you could also write it off from TurnKey's perspective, right?
Oh yeah, I would have to claim it as income though, wouldn't I? Didn't think about that.
Yeah, because remember, you own the company, and the company would be paying you.
Well, what if we're paying an advertising company? You know,
here's what actually could happen. Here's what could happen. You have I'm assuming, Mr. Deep Pockets, you probably still have a payment on your car, right?
Oh yeah, I do for a while.
All right, so TurnKey could actually buy the wrap. So TurnKey would pay directly to the wrap company the cost for the wrap, and then TurnKey could also make the payment as an advertising expense.
Right. That's interesting.
I mean, we don't do very much. We don't do much in the way of marketing. I know we claim a lot of marketing, but I don't think we do a lot of marketing.
Right, exactly. I love that plan. We'll just have to come up with a shell corp to pay as an advertising company.
The advertising, it's not. You wouldn't have to pay for the shell company. The TurnKey would just pay the car payment. And that would be the marketing expense.
That's the cost of the marketing. Yeah, maybe we'll have to tell you.
Oh, you're saying that TurnKey. In other words, what you said is TurnKey would have to open up a marketing company and then pay the car payment, and then the marketing company would have the same problem. So
having to claim
you really didn't think this through very clearly.
This is why we need new accountants, because we have idea what
Can we talk about that for a second?
Sure, why not?
I don't necessarily want to get into the whole accounting thing. Erica, by the way, thank you so much for the recommendation for the accounting firm. Ashley is doing a very good job, and I do want to talk about our new collection agency, Ashley. Who does a great job. But let's get back to this thing with the accounting thing for just a second, because I'm looking at the search for an accounting company very similar to our quest for the proper insurance to buy. These are just two things that I fucking hate about. Why can't, Strick and I have been operating literally on a handshake for the last 7 years, even further than that. When Strickland was the president of Washington Talent, not that he was in charge of the contracts, but I was operating with Washington Talent for the last 20 years on a contract. Contracts are only needed when there is a problem. There's not going to be, I don't care how much you say, oh, well, you never know. There could be a problem. There's fucking not going to be a problem between me and Strickland. We own both 50% of the company. He does as much work as I do. I do as much work as he does. We hate what each other has to do. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
No argument is going to take us out of the box. It's if we both die together in a plane crash, that's going to be where the problem.
Interesting. That would be a problem, probably.
Who would take over from there?
I don't know. Not something I want to think about.
All right. So anyway, so I put insurance in the same box as finding an accountant. And what's really interesting, and I love my financial planner, my financial advisor, Michael. He's done a great job for me for almost 40 years of being a financial advisor for me. I mean, right out of high school, I hired him. And so he sent an email today. I don't know if it was today or yesterday. Did you see the email?
I haven't looked. I saw Michael and insurance, and I'm like, I'll look at it.
All right. So Michael sent an email. Now, granted, listen, everybody, if you ever send me an email, you know that on the bottom of each one of my emails, it basically says this. It says, according to Doug's disc profile, Doug hates spreadsheets and long emails. Okay. That's the first line. Among other things, it says that, but that's the first line. Michael sent what had to have been a 800-word email with all sorts of details, decisions, playing. He's very Dove. He plays both sides. And I'm like, I don't fucking know. You know what? So then I finally just sent him an email back tonight. I said, look, here's what we're going to do. We just need a starting point. Because if we don't have a starting point, I know me and Strick, we're not going to do anything. Right? I'm like, don't give me too many things to do because I will end up doing nothing. So I basically put him into action. You can see the final email that I sent about an hour ago. I said, we want this for insurance. We want this for our IRA. And I will check out the link that you sent me. And that's all I sent back to him. And so I couldn't get through his email. It's too long. It was too, no, don't.
I know, but I'm the same way, especially if it's, here we go, insurance. Especially if it's a long email that's dealing with fucking insurance and finances and all that crap. Now, did it come from Barbara or Michael?
No, it's the one from Michael. It's the latest one from Michael. You got it. It was sent at, hold on, I'll tell you what time it was sent today. It was sent at 12 hours ago, 5:41 a.m. this morning.
I see. Michael Barbara. Oh, okay, here we go. Barbara, get started on the application. Just a few thoughts.
That was where I stopped. Just a few thoughts. And then I saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bullet points, each of at least a paragraph, which was several sentences in each one of those bullet points. I'm like, oh, Michael, I love you. Please, I appreciate you in my life. I love knowing that there are people like Michael in my life. I don't want to make any of these decisions. And I don't want to discuss them with you either, not because I want to avoid it, but because, you know what? I don't think there is a wrong answer. There's just an answer. We just have to give him an answer.
Yeah.
So I went back to him with what I thought was my answer the last time that you and I talked. And he's like, look, I really don't like that answer. I don't like that answer.
Right.
I'm like, well, don't tell me to make a decision then if you're not going to take my decision and roll with it.
Right.
So then you saw my email. It basically says, here's what we're going to do. And we'll work on it from here. But if we don't make a decision now about at least something, we're not going to make any decisions at all.
True. Very true.
But look what happens. Look what happened when the last time we let somebody make a decision for us. We spent $18,000 a year more than we should have.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
That was bad. And when we actually get the real answer to the problem, then we'll go ahead and lambast our previous financial advisor.
If we get an answer, I mean, he does not have a history of getting back to us quickly. So
he did get back to me though.
He did.
Yeah, he basically said, "Hey, I don't have time right now to talk to you. I'll do it after tax season." That's what.
Oh, nah, you know what?
The answer is, thanks for reaching out. I'll need to research the matter and get back to you. It won't be until late April. That was his answer. No, I'm going to stick with this. Because you know what? Because what I think had happened, what had happened was he gave us wrong information, and I want to see what he has to say. Yeah, I want to see how he implicates himself.
100%. 100%. Yep.
Okay. All right. Enough of that. we got 21 minutes now, and I don't know how many voicemails were left. I don't know who they're from, and let's take it from here. Let's see what's going on.
Again, I don't know who they're from, but presuming I know who they're from. You know who I think they're from?
I'm going to say they're from Jared because that looks like Jared.
It looks visually like Jared.
It definitely looks like Jared. Make sure all your sounds and everything are done the way you want them to do.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, all right, let's do it.
When I do the sound thing and I put it into my headphones, yeah, I think it's going through the speakers. Okay, here, let's try it.
Let's do it. Perfect.
We got a voicemail from Jared. I said a voicemail from Jared. You know a voicemail from Jared. Nobody else will call. We got a voicemail from Jared. Screw the rest of y'all.
Hey, before you play that, can I just say one thing? Because as you're doing it, I'm reading the email exchange between you and a client of ours. Okay.
Which client?
I can't
can't
disclose the name of the client.
Okay.
But I'm looking at the email. The client is including someone that literally has not worked with our company for probably 3 years.
Let's take a look at that email.
I'm like, oh my God, seriously?
Oh, God.
Look at the top email.
Oh my God! Right? Yeah.
Like, please. I mean, come on. I know she knows better. I know she knows better.
Yeah. In Zencaster, like I
Okay.
don't even have your Zencaster.
I know.
Well, but what's funny is I actually have a link to her Zencaster backup folder in Google, and it's not there.
Okay.
Anyway.
You know, our job would be so much better if it wasn't for our staff and our clients.
Nice.
I love everybody. This is just one of those nights. Okay, I'm ready. Who's
Here
this voicemail from? I hope it's from Jared.
Let's find out.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Strick. Jared here. So you guys are getting ready to play the voicemails. Well, at least you were about 10 minutes ago. We're still not there, of course.
Of course.
Par for the course. Anyway.
Par for the course, 100%.
Wanted to let you guys know you're going over the review right now. And it was a French name, Sophia. I don't even remember. Sophia or something like that.
Mm.
And you mentioned that you still ask people coming on the interviews to listen to an episode. You're like, avoid the Fridays. Now I know you're just probably funning, but maybe you do actually say that to them. I'd say no, man. Let them listen to Fridays. If they don't like you, they don't need to be on the podcast. It's
Agreed.
okay. You guys have enough people that love you, like me, that you're going to get people that listen to those and still want to be on the episode. I know. It's hard to believe, but we're out there. Anyways, guys, love the show. Enjoying it, as always. And hopefully we'll get the voicemail soon. Who knows? Maybe we'll push these off till next week, too.
Oops, hang on.
All right, guys. Talk with you later.
I just had a thought.
I am ready. If this helps me get through mentally where I am right now, not from a Jared, but I'm just still reeling about the last 2 subjects that we have had to deal with clients and with fucking accountants and insurance and the shit that I don't want to have to deal with, but I need to deal with as an owner of a company.
I hate all that stuff. I wonder if the number of listeners that we get, which is still somewhat significant, maybe it's just because Jared calls it. They don't even care about us. They just want to hear
There's no doubt. It's kind of like David Letterman. And I know David Letterman was always very popular, but did more people tune in because Sirajul and Mujibar from Hello Delhi were on the show, or because David Letterman was actually his jokes got a little old. His timing was good, but I think he was probably overwritten, overscripted. I don't really even know. I sent an email to the Daily. It's funny I said that. I don't know why I'm thinking this right now. I sent an email to the Daily a few Mondays ago. The episode came out and they mentioned the date and they said it's Tuesday, March 13th or whatever it was. It was Monday, March 13th. They fucked up with the date. And I'm thinking, how much does the Daily actually How many editors, producers, people touch that episode before it actually gets to the public?
And you emailed them to let them know, hey, by the way, you put the
I said, hey, I really appreciate your show coming out every day, but it's Monday, it's not Tuesday, or whatever I said. And the freaking host, Michael Barbaro, wrote me back, and he goes, hey, look, mistakes happen. Be more generous. That's all. That was his entire email back to me.
That's hilarious, because I was going to say, so when that shit happens, you're that guy that actually reaches out to him, right? So if you're on Twitter, let's say you're on Twitter, right?
Hold on. Wait. Before you go there, let me just say this.
Mm-hmm.
It is a news show. The only thing that they have is their reputation and their accuracy. If they say to me, Donald Trump is mistaken, he lied, and they say that with conviction, I believe them. Now, when they give me an episode that is says it's Tuesday, March whatever, and it's really Monday, March whatever, and they've had 10 people touch the hands of 10 hands touch that episode, I'm thinking, I don't know how that just knocked them off a high pedestal in my mind for integrity and genuine and accuracy. Fact fucking check your episode. If it was the nice guys, I don't give a shit if we make a mistake, and I don't think anybody cares if we make a mistake. But it's a fucking news show. Don't make a mistake like that. That was an easy one not to make. Okay, I'm done.
Are you sure you're done? Because it doesn't sound like you're done.
I'm done. Now, will you say what, though?
Well, the point I was going to make was another one, but I'm curious how you reached out to him. Yeah, but Doug, you're right. You are a guy who your attitude is just fucking do it right. I mean,
right.
But this is like a little teeny tiny minor thing. No, just fucking do it right. I mean, that's your attitude with everything, which it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. The point I was originally making was, that, well, 2 points I was making. First of all, I'm curious how you reached out, because for something like that, I might, if it was a smaller show, I might email them and go, hey guys, I just want to let you know, by the way, it is Tuesday, it is Monday, and you did say Tuesday, just wanted to let you know. Like, I wouldn't say it in an accusatory way. Like I'm never going to believe the integrity of your show anymore because you got the wrong fucking day, which it sounds like you may have kind of reached out with that type of attitude.
I did. I'm trying to find my email. I'm trying to find it.
I'm very curious what your email said. Like exactly the tone.
I'm trying to find it. My tone was really bad. I woke up in a bad mood that morning. It was bad. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. You will hate me when you hear it, I'm sure. I can't find it.
Like if they were Dougism, it seems like to me would be like if he said, Trump claimed that 500,000 people showed up at his inauguration, but in fact it was many less than that. You're the guy that would go, it's not less, it's fewer. You're supposed to say less is volume, fewer is a specific number. I fucking lost all faith in your reporting.
That's not grammar. I'm a little bit more generous with grammar. I can't. You know why I can't find the email that I originally sent? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Maybe I can. Hold on. I think it might be. I can only tell you. I think I actually sent it to like editor at newyorktimes.com. Mm-hmm. And I said, I can't, I'm going to try to find that one. But his response to me is, Doug, we are fixing it. As for your scolding note, people make mistakes. Try to be generous.
As for your scolding note. Yeah.
So I wrote back, apologies, agreed. We all make mistakes. I hold New York Times to a higher standard. Appreciate your quick response. I did apologize. I said apologies, agreed. We all make mistakes. Let me see if I can find the original. Yeah, I know. Hold on. This is the important one. Oh God, I'm sure I'm going to be embarrassed by this, but I'm just going to read it the way I wrote it. The Daily Host states wrong date today. February 15th is tomorrow. Overproduced and simply careless.
Overproduced and simply careless.
What I was saying was the show is overly produced for you to miss it. It's simply careless. That's what I was going for. Apparently, I didn't strike the right chord, or I struck the chord exactly the way I meant it, and he just scolded. He scolded me back.
I would say personally that I think his retort was appropriate.
I do too.
For the tone that you
I do
gave.
too.
Yes.
I was having a bad day. I was having a bad day. I was having a bad day. So I'll read you the entire thing. The Daily host states, wrong date today, February 15th is tomorrow, overproduced and simply careless. Then he responded. They responded, hold on, Michael Barbaro. They responded to me. Okay. Doug, we are fixing it. As for your scolding note, people make mistakes. Try to be generous, which was really, I think it was a kind response to a stupid email that I sent.
Very kind response to it. Definitely sounded like a scolding email. I think his choice of words was excellent.
Yeah.
You know what killed me though?
What?
You remember, Chuck Kahanov, obviously.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Washington Talent. Chuck, when something was wrong, when there was a problem, he seemed to take glee in it, right? When he'd be like, hey, guess what? This is pretty fucked up and it's your fucking problem or it's your fucking fault. And it's like, all I want to go is, dude, why do you seem happy about that? Like you're happy because shit is fucked up.
No, the reason people feel glee and happiness in scolding notes is because, and I can tell you exactly what it was from. Well, I can't tell you exactly because I don't remember, but I can tell you I must have been looking to make somebody worse feeling than I was feeling at the moment. And Chuck, while I love Chuck leads a pretty sad life.
Yeah.
He's not happy in his relationships. He's, I wish he was more happy in his relationships, but he's not willing to do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that he's not happy in his relationship at the office. He's got the power. He just chooses to do nothing about it. And so when he finds someone that is in a situation of a challenged environment, I think he relishes the fact that he can sarcastically or snippily or whatever you call them to the carpet and then feel good about it because it makes his existence feel that much better.
Now that you made your comment that you made, I feel like I should bleep his name out. I mean, we should be talking about somebody anonymously at that point, but
no. I don't know. Look, I love Chuck, and I think I prefaced it by saying that I think that he would not disagree with anything that I'm saying. I don't know that he would agree, but I would, I would be willing to have that psychological deep conversation directly on the episode. I really would. I think it really goes into why, and I'm not saying this about Chuck, but I'm just talking about people in general. Why is it that anyone likes to see people in misery or in worse situation? Because generally, I think what happens is people, like, why does a bully exist?
Because he wants to feel better than everybody else.
Of course. And I think that if you take that, and I'm not saying Chuck is a bully, he's not. He's a quite a generous man. I think, however, that Chuck, very similar to people that find themselves in a position to, you think they get a little bit of joy out of making somebody feel worse. I think they do that because it makes them feel better.
Yeah, probably.
So
the original point I was trying to get at, because you only got 5 minutes for your point with Walmart, was like, if you're on Twitter, right, and you see something that like you want to make a comment on, right, and that you see there's already like 400 comments, do you comment anyway?
Oh, sure, I would.
I fucking never do. Like if I heard
it's called piling on. It's called piling on.
If I heard something with the Daily that was wrong, I'd be like, oh, fuck it. 1,200 people have probably already emailed about it. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm sure they've caught it. They get 1 million downloads. Somebody had said something. I'm not going to worry about it.
And maybe that was partly why I did it. Maybe I felt like, I really trusted the integrity of this news show. And the fact that they missed such a small thing to me is simply careless.
See, you missed the point.
I know.
That is not the point I was making just now at all.
I know. I get it.
Nothing to do with the careless.
No, I get it. I get what you're saying. I get it. I'm just coming back to the New York Times.
You just wanted to pile on. You just wanted to reinforce that you lost all faith in them because they don't know what day of the week it is.
Yeah, but that was a mistake because the next day I was listening and I was a team player again. I was in a funk for just a moment. I'm sorry. I woke up mad. I don't know what happened. I usually, you know what it was? I'm like, I listen to the daily as I wake up every day and I'm like, no, it's not Tuesday. It's Monday. Why the fuck did they miss that? And I got pissed. Because I missed one of my favorite days of the week, which was Monday.
You are a twisted soul if Monday is your favorite day of the week.
It's my hiking day. I enjoy, my long hiking day. I get to probably hike about 5 or 6 miles, and it's a 2.5 hour hike. And it's a really fun, generous time in my life. However, I missed it because they told me I missed the whole day completely. I'm like, fuck, I overslept an entire day. All right, let's play the second voicemail from Jared. Or if it is from Jared, indeed.
Here we go.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Shrek. Jared here. Voicemail number 2. So you guys just got to the voicemail from 2 weeks ago, which was one that you haven't figured out yet, but I got cut off because I was rambling too long.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make this one shorter. The only reason I said Biden and tied any fault to him, and hopefully this will be easier here because that was really hard to hear, was because he shut our pipeline down. Had he not shut it down, we would have had access to more. Then they wouldn't have the excuse of, oh, there's a war. Yes, I know that it's still taking advantage. I 100% agree that the oil companies are ridiculous and out of control, and they take advantage of every single thing. But that's all I was saying was that when he forced closed that pipeline, that cut down a decent chunk of access to oil. Now, it doesn't fix everything. And yes, prices probably still would have gone up because of the oil companies. So that's the only reason I even mentioned Biden and said he was partly to blame. All right, guys. Love it. Can't wait to hear the rest. And hopefully I didn't go on too long. See you guys.
Okay, well, that is a good argument. But what's interesting is, and I'm only going to bring this up because we only have 4 minutes left, so we can't go off on a rant about this. But all Fox News is talking about right now is Hunter Biden's laptop.
What? I don't even know what the story is.
There's this discussion from 2016. Okay?
Yeah.
Literally from the first election that Hunter Biden was in not Ukraine's pocket. Hunter Biden is in Russia's pocket for some business dealings, and that there's some crazy information on his laptop that will blow the lid wide open, and that they're saying now that's the only reason that we're at war with Ukraine, or the only reason we're against Ukraine is because of Hunter Biden's laptop and some other shit. And it's just crazy to me that it's been 6 years since it was brought up, and as much as everybody talks about it, nobody has given one piece, as far as I know, of actual physical evidence that it has anything to do with anything. They just need something. The Republicans and Fox News need something to talk about, because a lot of them are still backing Ukraine. I'm sorry, are still backing Putin and saying, like, Putin's a good guy and it's okay to attack Ukraine because it's his land anyway and he should have it back. And it's just like the whole fucking rest of the world is against you guys. Why don't you get off the Putin bus?
I had no idea that was even existed. I thought that everybody that knew anything about anything was saying, why is he doing this? Putin's a crazy fuck.
Here's a very funny thing, actually. One quick thing before we wrap up. I went over to Lauren's father's house for dinner on Sunday, and he's kind of a conservative guy, right? He's a big Trump guy. And one of the comments he made, this was amazing. I wanted to say something to him. He was like,
but I didn't, because I didn't want to get my ass kicked.
Exactly. He basically said, he was talking about Putin, and he's like, that's the crazy thing about Putin. It's so unlike him. Like, it's kind of crazy that he's attacking Ukraine. I mean, he's always been such a level-headed guy. He seems to make good decisions. He seems like a smart guy. And I'm thinking to myself, you think that because he was friends with Trump for 4 years. He's been a fucking tyrant for 30 goddamn years that he's been in power. He has attacked all kinds of, he started wars and taken over land in other parts of Russia, but you choose to forget that because he and Trump were tight. I'm like, it's just crazy to me to actually look at his history and go, it's so unlike him to attack. I'm like, what the fuck? Are we talking about Vladimir Putin, the same guy here? Are you fucking kidding me?
God, it's so unlike the devil to actually have the house up this hot. Why is
Right,
it so hot in here?
exactly.
Why is it so hot here?
Yep, that's it. Kind of. Anyway, but hey, you
What
gotta
was?
run.
But
so-
what was? Okay, but hold on before, and we'll wrap up in just a second. What was Jared's point though? What was he trying to say?
He was basically saying that one of the reasons, and a lot of people have made the argument, gas is so high because of Biden. In other words, it's Biden's
Oh, I got it.
fault. And I was making the argument that oil, the price of oil, therefore the price of gas, is global. And so it really did not have anything to do with Biden. But he makes an excellent point that, and I don't know the details of the pipeline shutdown. Apparently there was a pipeline that was shut down or it was called back or something like that. And that was Biden's choice to do that, which could be a factor in the price of oil going up worldwide. Absolutely a possibility. I honestly don't know any of the details.
I am ready for it to go up to $10 a gallon so that we can just say fuck it to the oil companies and start to find the alternative. Let's get it. So not that I want Jared, not that I want you to pay triple the amount of money that you have for gas or lose any business or have to go into your pocket. But we as Americans, we tend not to want to do anything unless we are really pushed into the corner. Push into the fucking corner. Let's get into the corner. Let's figure out what it's going to take in order for us to say, hey, everybody's got to have a Tesla. Everybody's got to have a Ford Focus. Everybody's got to whatever, the Mustang Mach-E. Look, everybody in the country has got to buy an electric car because in 5 years, we're not going to have gas. It's fucking not going to happen because the oil companies are not going to deal with that.
I think it was the 70s where the government started putting restrictions on, like, okay, every car company, their average miles per gallon has to be at least 20, 25 or something, right? And they averaged it across all the cars that they sold. And the car companies at first were like, that's fucking ridiculous. There's no way we could make an engine that efficient.
Right.
20 miles a gallon. The government is fucking nuts. But you know what? We pushed them to the wall, right?
Yep.
And now the average miles per gallon in cars is 20, 30, fucking 35 miles a gallon for smaller cars, right? Because they got pushed. So I agree with you. I think I'm not for more government regulation,
right? But
in certain things, it's like, you know what? Sometimes you got to push companies to do the right thing.
Okay, let's say tomorrow, all of a sudden we discover that, I don't even know what we would discover. Let's just say that tomorrow we wake up and all the oil in the world is gone. Mm-hmm. Okay, what happens now? Is the entire world going to collapse? Yes, there will be a time that is going to be very challenging. Nothing moves. What's going to happen when nothing moves? We're going to fucking figure out another way to get things to move. This is the best thing ever.
Oh, it's funny too. So another comment that my father, or Lauren's father, made talking about my Tesla, he was like, hey, you know, you got to watch out for these sun flares. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, these can really happen. If a sun flare happens, it could blow a transformer. And basically then you have no electricity whatsoever. So in other words, if one of these were to hit a city or something, then your Tesla wouldn't be able to go anywhere. And the comment I made to him, as I said, look, I'm not trying to be argumentative, but do gas pumps work on gas, on electricity? Like if a gas pump loses electricity, can you pump gas? And he was like, yeah, they run on electricity. You need it. And I think he completely missed my point that I was trying to make. That, by the way, if that did happen, yes, my Tesla might stop immediately, but you'd only have one tank left, dude. Like you drive 300 miles and you're dead in the water too.
Another wonderful episode. I'm leaving this episode actually feeling a little bit better about myself than before I wrote that Michael Barbaro email. So I'm okay. All right. We will chat tomorrow about insurance and about other stuff, and we'll make some final decisions about everything. In the meantime, Nice Guy community, please call 4242 DJ Doug if you happen to know a good accounting firm, or if you are sure of the insurance that me and Strickland should buy, because we are going to be pulling the trigger on this. And I say in the figurative sense, we're pulling the trigger on this because we're not looking for the beneficiary at this point.
Hey, what's the guy's name? The host of the Daily, Michael Barbaro.
Yeah, Michael Barbaro. Yeah. Barbaro.
Okay, cool.
Barbaro.
No, I just want to use it for the title. If we put his name in the title, maybe we'll get like some SEO hits or some shit.
Oh, that's probably a good idea. Hold on a second. I think it's hold on. Can you look it up? Can you just Google
I can look it up. I really just wanted
All right.
to mention that.
Hey, hashtag let me Google that for you. Steve O'Brien, go ahead and take us out of here.
For the Nice Guys on Business, I'm Steve O'Brien. Fill up your week with the Nice Guys. Why am I reading this copy? This sucks. Oh, yeah, they're paying me. Act like you care. Act like you care.